This is my latest novel, Broken Ghost. Where I'm speaking from my house, there's a mountain behind the house called Pendown. There's a lake on top of it called Ffuglen. There's several lakes, but this is the one I've chosen as a setting. There's been a party. There often are parties on the shores of this lake. And in the morning, there's three main characters, two men and a woman. And they haven't been able to sleep. And everybody else is sleeping on the shores. These three main characters have just gone for a bit of a walk, really. They've climbed a ridge and they see something in the sky. They see a vision, a shape in the sky. It's an atmospheric phenomenon. It's explained in the novel. What is it? The shape. They hear the shape speak some words. The woman, she blogs about this when she gets back into town and the blog goes viral. It becomes the shores of Flwyddyn. They become pilgrimage is the easy word to use, but it's not quite that. It's more of a gathering of desperate people, propitiation, some kind of universalization of yearning, and they find somewhere to gather and to share this need. This is a section called Meet, and it's just a description of the landscape when the crowd is commune has begun to take form. The slaty waters of clean Ffuglen give back no sun as yet, still rising as it is beyond the humble disc of a bow. Soon they will, when the lifting wisps of mist have been hauled up into early blue, then the disc will be seen, hovering over the islet on which geese and moorhens nest. The dry sedge of the island and the crisp dry grass of the banks and shores, soon a single match could swoop all this up into one abrupt rush of flame. A breath ruffles the lake's surface. Strokes out from it foamy scrolls attack the pebble shore with the noise of a cat at a milk bowl. Used fire pits created this shore, and a log once used as a bench moves at the rising and sinking of the sun between damp and dry, conditions of which the orange underlips of plateful have taken full and opportunistic advantage. Bog bean boughs in the fleeting breeze, the ducking pinkness flashing its inside white. Little bombs of bilberries nod in the grass's yarrow galaxies slowly help to heal the acidulated standing pools that remain after the conifers have been cropped, the regulated ranks of them, ordered and uniform like the politicians who compel their plants and whip from the ridges and the sides about. A rowan tree observed, and maybe the hiss of air in its ferny leaves is a comment. Sand martins have returned to their warren in the powdery bank at the lake's eastern end and are feeding now, their sickle wings skimming the water, gulping gnat and midge, and joined by their cousins the swift and the swallow, a tribe of speech and speed, forever and deeply wild, although their travels obey utterly dictate laid in their brains when the rock up here flowed and was still halfway soft. Tonight, when the sun will be sinking behind Clyde Pistos into the sea at the valley's end, Dor Benson's bats will join them, bulleting too, white-breasted too, and chasing the same prey. Bird and mammal exulting both in flight when the sun bends the sky, scarlet and gold. The Dolgamba Barrow, the book cloth stones, the mines on the valley floor, Nanter, Ariane, sea, the silver. Transhumance and tumuli, industry, burial, worship, all from five-fingered hands having part of this highland shaped and sustained before millennia, mapping the movements of the night sky and other patterns brightly and high. Stone cottages crumble into mounds and mouldy boulders, tunnels capillary the hills, dugout dwellings marked by huge chunks of quartz, simple water that flows. Malleable land that endures, yet as the people pass, always the people pass, their things seen off by the hives upon it, or the tunnelings of moles, or even the thin marks that migrating birds make through the clouds, the oldest narratives made by them. When these volcanoes were active, and the sky was red threaded black and worms ride away from bigger worms and left ribbony traces in the rock that was then mud, such stories appear, and such echoes. And with what we decode and assess, all there is flesh in this, infinity in the joints of a millipede's legs, in the pulverized pearls on the wings of a moth, all the pallid empires of men. In the husky mutes of the owls are tiny bones of paper, skulls breakable by a breath. The Merlin leaves small pancakes of shit on the blocks where he has butchered little birds, and they resemble a patch of lichen, yet in that lichen lies a world which also eats and rejects. 5 fingers form some humps, and tilted mighty stones erect, and tame the trees into uniform files, but the flicking and creeping and crawling that steadily makes them nothing but matter find voice in the call of the vanishing corn-grating cuckoo, and its only words are, fuck you, whop you.